We've reversed the top 8 from yesterday's race to set the grid for the sprint race here today, and the drivers are almost ready on the grid down below. In the commentary box for the big race today, I'm Alex Jakes, and joining me once again, it's Davide Valsecchi. Davide, as well as being the 2012 GP2 champion, you also have experience as a test driver in F1. What would you say are the biggest differences for people fresh to the world of F2?
Well, Alex, I think it's an exciting time in Formula 2 right now. For spectators, a lot of excitement comes from all the drivers being in the same car. That puts the emphasis on driver skills, meaning lots of overtakes, which means exciting race for us.
Hello everyone and welcome back, guys, to round 10 of our F2 2019 Mick Schumacher career mode, where today we're here for the French GP sprint race. And if you guys missed out on the race that went live yesterday, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. It was quite an interesting one, I think it is safe to say. So yeah, definitely go back and check that video out if you did miss it. But today we're here, yeah, for round 10 of the series. We're pretty much almost, obviously, the end of next week. We will have completed half of the Formula 2 season. It has really flown by, I'll be honest with you guys. But yeah, jumping into this one though, like all the feature sprint races even, I should say, it is a fairly textbook no-stop on the hard compound tyres here. Really looking forward to this race. Nonetheless, though, excited to see how we fare. I've got no wheel. Hello? Is this going to do this? Right, I'll be back in a moment. And I am back. Always nice to know your pedals aren't working properly, because that's just a sort of a staple of this channel at the end of the day. But we are here then, ready for the F2 sprint race, starting P8. We got race director having a look. Really, the aim is to probably beat Sete Camera and Nick De Vries. Obviously, we're back up into P3 in the championship. Bolshang actually starts on pole for this one, and Jack Aitken, who won from pole last week out of the Monaco Grand Prix sprint race, I'm sure he's going to try and repeat that feat here this weekend. But yeah, we need to beat Nick De Vries and Sete Camera. They've got a 32-point lead over us as we head into this second race of the weekend. So yeah, we definitely want to try and take some points out of those guys. But let's jump into this then. The F2 sprint race here from the French Grand Prix. It is 5 lights on the grid, and it is 5 lights and it's lights out, and away we go. They're getting off to a fairly standard start. There's nothing really you can do against the AI as we make the run down in towards turn 1. The Correa and who's that? Mayspin having a look around the outside. We got Matsushita going full send up the inside there. Apologies to Correa for all the contact. I was trying to avoid a spearing. What's that? I don't know. It's a Khaled, I think Mayspin's in. Trying to go for an absolute madman lunge up the inside in towards T1 as we were already, well, we went 4 wide into that first corner there. So we have lost 1 place off the start to Correa as we head out of the first sector though. Hopefully we can try and get back past him as quickly as possible here, pushing him as we head out onto the back straightaway. Surely this is going to be an opportunity as we head down the first half of the Mistral straight here. Only 11 laps in this race, but really do need to try and get the job done nice and quickly, as braking just a little bit later than Correa. He's going to try and swing it around the outside, but we slam the door shut through the corner there, and that's just now up into P8 once again. So we're now back where we started in this race there, and luckily Correa drops back ever so slightly. So hopefully we can obviously try and stick a bit closer to Nick De Vries. Is this corner fully flat? Yes. Very easily in the Formula 2 car here as we head down in towards the final sector of lap 1 here. De Vries, Giotto, Sete Camera, 3 of my main title rivals here. Obviously De Vries and Sete Camera, they've got a bit of a margin at the moment though, but we are certainly looking to try and slowly and consistently close back up that gap to the lead pair as we reach the midway stage of the season here. We're certainly not out of it just yet in terms of the bigger picture as we head through the final couple of corners though. Try to get the drive down. Oh, Nick De Vries is slow off that final corner. We accidentally tag him. Wasn't expecting him to be going that slowly out of the final turn there, and he is cautious of us. He's going to play it defensive in towards turn 1. This opens up an opportunity right around the outside perhaps. Oh, back end scrolling around. We'll bail out there, I think. Can we join behind De Vries? Yes, we can. Luckily, the game not giving me some bogus penalty there. We gained no advantage. Well, we made a conscious decision not to gain any advantage from that. And yeah, we rejoin back down in P8 there. Luckily, utilising this French Grand Prix certain use. There's a fair bit of runoff area around this circuit. There's certainly not a lack of it around here. I'm still certainly someone that believes the French GP circuit, all the runoff area should be filled with whatever they had on the German, the Hockenheimring drag strip. Just the soap everywhere. That would certainly spice things up around a lot more circuits in Formula 1 as we head through Sector 2 though. We need to try and close back up to De Vries, and that is not going to help us. Can we make a better job of what we did last lap? Yes, we can. Up the inside of Nick De Vries there. A very, very easy move, actually, in the end. Sean Galea, my teammate, sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And we're now up into 7th place there, ahead of Nick De Vries. I wasn't really expecting to get that as easily as I did in the end, to be honest. I was hoping we might be able to do something down in towards T1, but before the start-finish line, we were past Nick De Vries. And now, we're all over the back of Luca Giotto. Big, big lock-up. As we head down in towards turn 4, I've tagged him. I thought he was going to go around there, in all honesty. The front wings on these things are a lot longer than I realised, I'll be honest with you. As we head out onto the back straight once again, though, trying to get the power down as best as possible here. Are we going to be able to get close to Luca Giotto? The DRS is now in effect here, which is hopefully going to help us out. As we head down this first part of the back straightaway, we'll try and get close to Giotto as best as possible. Sete Camera and Hubert and who's that, Bolshung as well, having a bit of a battle as we head out onto the second part of the back straight. We've really got to start avoiding that curve because it's just unsettling the rear at the moment there. Hubert up the inside of Bolshung. What is going to happen between the pair of them as we head through the next couple of corners? We run a little bit deep there, but I think, there we go, Hubert now up into the podium places. He's yet to have a podium in this F2 career mode here. He was very unfortunate back at the Spanish Grand Prix not to pick one up in the late stages of that race, but he's up into the podium here at his home Grand Prix. Coming through the final sector of the lap though, could we do to Giotto what we did to Nick De Vries? I'm not too sure if it was a forced error or a mistake or what from the AI, but I mean, we're certainly willing to give it a go. Try and go late in. Nope, De Vries is going to have a look up the inside there, every opportunist. And look at that, yeah, Giotto bogs down over those curbs at the final corner. Whether it's bogged down or he just can't get the power down as quickly as he'd like, that's going to force him defensive in towards T1 there. Late on the brakes we go. Could we look around the outside of Giotto here? It moves to the inside, but no. Giotto there, holding it around the outside, and yeah, we slot back down into P7 for now. Out onto the back straight though, and we're still all over the back of Giotto here. Sete Camera is going to try and pass Bolshung as soon as he can, but they just follow each other into the chicane there. Everyone is just getting tripped over behind Bolshung at the moment here, so we need to try and take this to our advantage here and try to slice our way through the field here. We're up to P7 though. We are still all over the back of Giotto. Could we potentially open up a run? Oh my god, round the outside through there. I'll take it if we can make it work. Later on the brakes, Giotto has still got the inside, though we cannot get squeezed out over onto the blue stuff, or you just get understeer. And we've made it work. We've got the inside for the next corner. That is around the outside of Luca Giotto through a very, very daunting couple of corners there. Did what Freddie Rasmussen couldn't. And now we're all over the back of Sete Camera. Is he going to run deep? Ooh, up the inside perhaps? Up the inside we go then, not afraid to make the moves. A lot of contact on the exits. Giotto, or sorry, Sete Camera tried to turn in, but we're now up into P5 of the Grand Prix, and it looks like Giotto has followed us past him as well. So that is, well, that's worked out nicely for us. Now we've got to try and get past Bolshung as quickly as possible here, because he is causing quite a train. Look at the drive of turn 2. Up the inside we go, pretty much instantly here. And surely that is that done, yes, given the squeeze. And we are now up into P4 of the French Grand Prix. There it is, Antoine Hubert, who is now next up the road as we actually set our personal best through the first sector as well. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix there. Both myself and Sean are looking incredibly strong at the moment in this race though. And, I mean, we're taking a good chunk of time out of Hubert. There was at least, what, 4/10 that lap. I didn't quite look at the gap, in all honesty. I don't know if Jeff's coming through, but I'm going to give it a go. Another fastest lap in this Grand Prix there. Taking half a second out of Hubert, and he's probably taken more than that at the guys in front, as Giotto instantly goes and spoils my party there. We need the bonus points as much as possible at this stage of the championship. But yeah, the top 4, we're getting a little bit closer. There's a long, long way back to set a camera, and Giotto, as well as obviously I think it's Nick de Vries as well. So it's 3 of our main title rivals are still up the road there. But look at that, Aitken really starting to form a train here now. We're 4/10 up through sector 1. How are we finding the time still at this stage of the day? It's only going to get helped out with the DRS as well. Hopefully these guys won't cost us too much in the second half of the lap here, because, I mean, we do need to try and play this sensibly as well there. They're all going side by side there. Galale having a look to the outside of Aitken there. That would be a brave move if he can pull it off. He's got the inside for the second part there. Who is going to get down on the power a bit better? It is, I think that's Galale still on the inside. It's a bit difficult to commentate from a few tenths back, but it's another purple sector. They're going 3 wide. That's not going to end well. Hubert doesn't get the run. They all don't get the run up the inside, perhaps. No, not quite. We get past Hubert there. He's kind of, what he should have done there is held back and tried to get the power down on the exit, but that has launched myself up into P3 of this Grand Prix here. We don't get 4-way battles on F1 2019 all too often, but if any cars are going to give it to you, it's going to be the F2s. They really do just provide the racing that you want to see in towards the front. A couple of corners. Aitken didn't know if we quite had the front wing alongside. Hubert's trying to get desperately back up the inside there. He knows he made the mistake and doesn't want to lose too much time here behind me. We, purple in the first 2 sectors, dropped a second in the final sector of the lap there. As Aitken and Galale, they're not done with this yet. They're clearly very even on pace here, but it's just about who's got the slipstream there, as through turn 1 and turn 2, taking a fair bit of curve. But let's see what we can do as we head out onto the back straightaway here. Can we stay close enough to potentially open up a run? Only time will tell here. Still almost pushing Aitken along at the moment here. I'd love to get a Prema 1-2 in this race, so that would do our team's championship a whole world of good at this stage of the day here. Out onto the back straight, just running a little bit wider. That won't cost him too much, but everyone's just going to be closing in on Galale here. We're not taking any time out of Aitken. Now we start to, as they head side by side into the chicane once again there. Everyone locking up. We need to go for a cheeky switchback on Aitken. Try to get on the power nice and tidily. That's what we've done, but to the outside he's going to give us a squeeze over the curbs here. And what is going to happen as we head down in towards this corner once again? We made it around the outside once. We're going to try it again there. Give Aitken the squeeze. And that is us now up into P2 of this race here. One more man in front of us, and it is my teammate Sean Galale here. I'm sure he'd love to take home a race victory. And although I definitely want to avoid contact and anything like that, we need it as well. You know, we're in the title fight. Sean is most likely not in this season here, so we need to try and get past him if an opportunity opens up. Oh, very deep under the brakes in towards the penultimate corner there. But we hold on to P2 for now. Get the power down out of the final corner. Nicely done, actually, to be fair for once. Are we going to get fastest lap of the Grand Prix? No. No, we aren't. As we head out onto the back straight, though, we are all over my teammate Sean Galale here. We have built up a small margin over Aitken. It's closed back down a little bit as we head out onto the straight here. But ideally, I want to lose Galale as little time as possible if I'm going to make this move work there. I'm not going to go for it that time round, but we might try and go for a cheeky switchback on the exit. Aitken, though, is still not done with this. He still definitely wants this second race victory of the season here. Hubert as well, I'm sure, definitely wants this as well there. He wants a podium in his home Grand Prix at the very least, surely. You know, the win is still on the cards for any of us. Look at the run we can get over Galale, almost running to the back of him as we head in towards Sector 3 here. Not many places to go for the overtake, but I'm sure if we can find one, I'm more than happy to go for it in towards the next braking zone. This is where the AI are really, really strong through that corner there. We've finally started to learn it, but a couple more corners to go, well, and a lap in this race here. This could be going down to the wire. Teammate battle. I mean, the last race we had like this was probably Baku, where it looked like it was anyone's game right until the dying stages. But as we head out onto the front straightaway here, Got good traction once again. We are all over the back of my teammate Sean Galale. He goes defensive in towards turn 1 here. We're going to have a look around the outside as we head into the braking zone. Galale much later on the brakes. I'm surprised he got that slowed down, in all honesty. We'll try to go for the switch back on the exit. Galale comes across. That's not very fair, in all honesty, buddy, but we'll try it around the outside. No, Galale locks up and runs deep, takes the corner as well. Now, what can we do as we head in towards Sector 2 here? Oh, the understeer kicking in. That's not giving us the run we wanted. It's opened up the corner a little bit, though, but the AI is so much better on the power out of there. It might be all or nothing as we head out onto this back straightaway here. Are we going to be able to get close enough to Galale to go for anything here? He's aware of it. He's going defensive. We'll take the slipstream for as long as possible. Switch to the outside. Late on the brakes there. Is Galale going to be able to do anything? No, he can't. And we're going to up into the lead of the French Grand Prix here. And can we hold on? We've just got half a lap to go. Is Galale going to be able to get a run on us as we head in towards the next corner here? Is he going to have a look up the inside? No. Thinks better of it there. Gets all over our gearbox, but can't make anything work. And now just one sector to go. Surely, as long as we don't make any mistakes here, this is our win for the taking. What a drive it has been over the course of this weekend there. And I mean, I would quite happily take a 1-2. Got the understeer. That's not what we needed. As we head in towards the final couple of corners, though, it does look like it's possible. Can we finally see what is as close to a Grand Slam as I think realistically we'll be able to get in this series there? Through the final couple of corners to take home back-to-back wins here, taking both of the French GP F2 races there. And that is us firmly cementing ourselves back in the title fight.
That's a fantastic performance from Prema. It hardly looked in doubt. And Davide Valsecchi, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
Well, I'm not sure what we just saw, but one thing's for sure. Today's winner has certainly showed they have no fear battling it out on the track. And who can blame them? I don't think I've ever seen someone get through the competition so quickly. Today's race was a sight to behold, and judging from the crowd's reaction, it went down well with the fans as well.
It looks like it's time for the victory ceremony once again, as I can see the drivers beginning to make their way out for the celebrations. You can see it on their faces. It's another marvellous team win for Prema today. And now, let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Sergio Sette Camara, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
It's got to be Mick Schumacher. He attacked whole race long. He was amazing.
On to the teams then. Dams move further ahead at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, Arden's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment when Formula 2 returns.
Well, there we are then, guys. We picked up Davide Valsecchi's driver of the day for the second race of the weekend. Now, I think that's the third in a row. I think we did pick it up in the Monaco GP sprint race as well, though. But it is a 1-2 for Prema. I think that is the first 1-2 we've seen in this series there. Actually, quite surprised, to be honest with you, with Sean Galale's pace at the end of the day. Throughout the early stages, he was actually setting the fastest lap as well there. But we take home the win. Sean Galale, our teammate, in second there. Jack Aitken in third ahead of Hubert, once again narrowly missing out on the podium in this F2 career mode there. Sette Camara comes through for fifth there ahead of Giotto and Nick de Vries, with Correa taking the final points-paying position in the Grand Prix there. Mazepin, Calderon, Joe, King, Raikkonathan, Lacey, Latifi, Ilott, and Boshung from pole finishes 17th at the end of the day. They're not too sure what happened to him. No pit stops or anything like that. Just a clear lack of pace at the end of the day. They're ahead of Boccolacci and then neither Carlin making it through to the end of the Grand Prix. Really a weekend to forget for their drivers there. In terms of the weekend, you cannot argue with that for creating a statement here in Formula 2. We take home 42 points to Nick DeFries 24, Giotto's 21. Sean Galeo, my teammate, comes 4th over the course of the weekend there, beating out Sete Camera and Hubert there at the end of the day. Yeah, we really can't argue too much with that one there. In terms of the standings, though, that means we have taken a lot of points out of Sete Camera and Nick DeFries there. Sete Camera still at the top on 126. Nick DeFries right behind him on 122. And we cross over the 100 barrier as well now onto 103. We have definitely proven that we have still got a fight on our hands in this championship there. Giotto in 4th ahead of Delatraz there. Hubert jumps past Latifi and Jordan King back up into 6th. And my teammate Sean Galeo now jumps up tied with Matsushita and Joe there, tied for effectively P10, but it is P11 for him at the moment there. In the team standings, we've made big gains back up into P2, only behind the OP Dams team at the moment there, as head of ART and Virtuosi there. Arden as well moved past MP Motorsport, and every team now has scored in this championship as well. There was Correa that picked up some points for Charouz there, so that means every team is now on the board. But thank you all so much for watching this video nonetheless, though. Please do get yourself subscribed if you're new around here, when next time out we will be back for the Austrian Grand Prix.